Think about the last time you were chasing someone, right? Maybe it's for attention, maybe it's for approval, or even validation, right? Let's be real. Did it work out? Or did they just pull away even more? This is because of this core principle that is nobody's talking about nowadays, right? And this core principle is so deep that's governing your life every single time and every single day of your life. This is the mirror. Reality is just a mirror. This is reflecting how you see yourself. So if you act needy, right, the role will show you why not good enough on your own. But here's the good news that might help you out. The moment you stop chasing and actually shift your mindset, right, people will start naturally come to you. I know it sounds crazy, but it works. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why that happens and break down this fucking cycle of this thing that's causing you to never get what you really want and become effortlessly, right, that magnetic guy. Let's get it. All right, so the mirror principle, this is gonna get in depth. If you feel like, oh, I want to get these things, I want to learn, I just want to learn about some tricks, or how can I chase this girl, or how can I track this thing by chasing them, then this video is not for you, bro. This is not some conversational things you need to learn in order to get what you really want. This isn't about that. This is way beyond this bullshit of learning some small things, right? This is the core thing that if you have tried everything else, then this can help you out a lot. Because this took me like fucking long time to learn about. So let's get quickly in. So there's 4 principles that governs this mirror principle, right? And the first is more about that the reality is what reflects your relationship to yourself and to the world, right? So let me get quickly in the first image that I have. Is it specifically, so basically you need to realize is that the actual mirror, right? The things that's happening around you and all that stuff is just the internal reflection of you. You might think, what the fuck are you talking about? This woohoo stuff, right? I thought stuff at first, but it works. Like, right? It's crazy how these things actually works if you implement it consistently, and how the results you get is incredible, right? And the more you realize that there is perhaps two things we had, that is the perception of life, the perception of how we see yourself, and the perception we have about the world. So let me give you an example, right? You think that, oh shit, uh it's not a good time to go out there and make content or something, like, or are like people out there's just negative as hell. And that's what you see. That's what you see in the world, because it just confirms what's happening in life. If you tell yourself, oh, I'm not confident enough, I don't have the ability to talk to them and all that stuff, then it's gonna give you more reasons as to why you're not like confident. So the relationship you have with yourself and with the world, and the only way to actually start changing that thing is to start focusing on the things you have right now, the strengths and everything. It doesn't matter what shortcomings you have, insecurities you have. Get the It doesn't matter. Once you accept that fact, you have to realize, well, you're gonna get deep here. We're gonna get this long ass video. It's gonna help, right? So very. So basically, what you need to understand is you need to stop caring about the things that have happened, because the more you focus on the past, we're gonna get to that second principle, the working principle delay. Let me quickly, I'll show you right now. The things that's happening right now, right? It's just the reflection that's happened, or the things you had image about from the past. So things you have focused on the past has caused you to be right now, right? Make sense? So the image you had at that time has caused you to become the reality of the present right now. And the more you focus on the reality right now, the more it's going to focus in the future. So that's where I really want to help you out here, is that to actually change what you want, you have to change the image you present to this mirror, to this world, to yourself. So meaning the relationship you have with yourself and the world. So remember thinking, what the fuck is this relationship bullshit, right? Meaning is that you need to start focusing on what you have, the strengths you have, the things you have, and the things you want from life. The positive things. Fuck the negative things, right? People say like, oh, all that stuff. the more you focus on the things, like, I don't know if you heard about this, that energy flows where your attention goes, something like that, right? It's fucking true. What you focus on creates your life because that's what you look out for, right? So if you focus on like I'm awkward, I don't know what to do, or I'm just getting a lot of bills, right? And that's what you get about it, right? So that's the thing. Start crafting an image you really want. First, understand what you have. Be grateful for what you have. Then start looking for what you want. And the mirror is just gonna reflect. Now you might be saying, "Oh, what if I've been doing this for like 3 days? Like I've been doing this. I've been going to the gym for a few days and everything." Let me give you the second example, right? This is where everybody say like, "Oh, this is bullshit." It's not bullshit. Now this is gonna make sense. All right. Don't mind the image, right? So look, so the mirror principle operates with a delay, right? So have we ever had this time where, you know, people right now have this resolution to like lose fat or lose weight and all that stuff, or they want to do something about this. This is my year. I'm gonna do something about it. And they quit. They quit because they don't wait for this image to be up here. So the time it takes, it doesn't matter. So the refine, let's say the image you want to have is about, I don't know, let's say you want to be confidence health, right? So we need to understand, if you start reflecting every single time, right? Let's say the time is here, but you almost were going to give up on that image. It's like every single time you were trying to give up, or almost where you're like, there's no hope, or you forgot about the goal, and all of a sudden the reality shows you. How crazy is that? Because for me, my goal was to be like this charismatic guy who were like not shy to talk to people, anxious. And I had that goal like 1 year ago. And now that I look back right now, it's like I forgot about that goal. And it's like it's normal to me. And if it reflected me, right? I forgot about the image that I was building towards, and the reflection happened. So what we realize is that you need to consistently stay with this image, because the image you show up is the thing. The time takes. It depends. So you might be saying like, "Oh, how do you know how much time does it take to actually reflect the image you're presenting, the person you want to become?" Means like it depends on the complexity of the goal. So let's say you are really, really shy, really, really anxious in conversations and everything. You become this charismatic guy. It might take you few weeks. It doesn't take a long time. If you do it right, then you can do it, of course. But anything, let's say you want to make a certain amount of money, but you are making like, let's say, $1,000 a month, and you want to go up to $10,000 a month, then the time it takes a lot of time. It's like it works with everything. This works with everything. The only thing you need to do is like remind yourself of that image you have, right? And it just works with a delay. You need to understand that it works with a delay, right? So the more consistently you present this image to the world, to yourself, do you remind yourself, right? It's working. Look, this is working. You might be thinking, oh, like let's say this is the image you've been like doing for a long time, but then like, I don't care about this. And the reflection is working, right? This is where it happens. Oh, oh shit. Well, look where I am, right? This image might be for you. It's like, fuck, I'm shy. I'm this. I'm that. And the reflection was, okay, here's more reasons why you are this. This you are awkward. This why you are, I don't know, something, right? And this like, oh, then reflection happens, right? This where the reflection happens, and you're like, okay, this is working. This is working. Now you start thinking more about your goals. The more you think about the goals, the more you go up, but the reflection go down, right? And then when you go down, the reflection goes up and is up and down and up and down. You're like, why my life is all of a sudden up and down? This is why. You're not staying consistent with this image you have built for yourself and staying consistent towards it, building this relation with yourself and with the world. This is how it works. This is how you can like understand this principle, bro. Everything's gonna change. So let me quickly show you how this thing works for the third principle of this. So the third principle about this is that the mirror reflects the actual content of your thoughts and not their nature, right? Meaning is that, let's say you hate bills. right? Let's say you hate bills and everything. And you might think, yeah, I hate this shit. I don't like this shit. Have you ever had this time where you get more of that, right? It's like, fuck, I hate this thing. Or maybe I really love this. From your heart, you love this. You get more of that. And you hate something or somebody, you attract more of those type of people, right? So here's the thing how this mirror works in this section two is that the more you focus on what you want and what you don't want, you get more of that. You can get more of that, what you want and what you don't want. Both things. So maybe you hate bills. You're gonna attract more bills because what you are focusing on is the bills. It doesn't matter if you want or don't want, you just get more of that. So it's easy. Instead of focusing on what had happened in your past or things that's happening right now, start focusing on what you have. Be grateful of the things what you have. Double down on that thing and start thinking what you really, really want. Because you think that people have these goals, right? They want to not look fat. They want to not be shy. They don't want to be awkward. They don't want to be awkward. Still awkward, right? It's still this the word shy still there. This fat still there. So what I'm saying here is that stop focusing on the negative stuff, meaning what you don't want. Stop focusing on what you really want to avoid because you're just gonna get more of that, and the cycle repeats. Because in the fourth step, what I'm gonna do is like specifically tell you how this cycle works and how to actually use this in a way that or community members use this like it's easy, but it's like this one shift changes everything. And I'm telling you, it's gonna change everything. So back to where we're saying, right? So what you really to do for this thing, the third step is that you need to start focusing on the things you actually have. List at least 3 to 5 things you've accomplished or you're grateful for. Write these things down because you're just focusing on what you don't want. And when you're focusing on what you don't want, you get more of that, right? So things you have, and from that place, and you feel that emotion, fuck, I'm grateful as fuck. Things I've got it, all that stuff. It doesn't matter how small it is. It doesn't matter. And then start focusing on what you really want instead of saying, "Oh, I don't want to be shy. I don't want to be awkward. I don't want to be that lonely guy or anything." Instead of that, start saying, "I want to be that socially active person. I want to be confident. I want to be charismatic." Right? See that it's the same thing. Guarantee the same thing, but the language you tell yourself, it matters. It actually matters because, as I said before, where you focus on, right, where your attention goes, energy flows, and like it sounds so cliche, sounds so cringy, but bro, it works. It, it actually works. So yeah. So back to the thing that we're saying that the fourth thing is you realize that the mirror has a cycle, right? And basically, you need to understand here is that people start with absorbing their minds, what's happening around there, what has happened in their past. And all those things is governing their present and their future. So let's say these things, right? Let's say you might be thinking, oh, what's happening in my life? I will deserve this and all that stuff. You're gonna attract more of that. You're gonna get more of that, right? So let's say you might be thinking, okay, these are things I don't want. Why am I getting all of this? It's not even your fault, right? You have to realize it's not even your fault because all those things that happened in your past is just dictating the things. So the problems you're having in your life right now is just the things has you have done in the past and has actually manifested your present. And now what you can do is that if you don't want to have the same same lifestyle or anything to be in your future, you need to start presenting an image that you want to see different results, to see different problems that surely you want to have in life, right? So instead of what people do, what people who are not aware or people who are not able to understand is that they start with this absorbing thing, right? They absorb what's happening in their life. They absorb who they are right now. Oh, I'm this lazy guy, this guy who's shy, awkward, anxious, can't do the work. procrastinating is, right? And that was what they present their image as. That's the image they see. They conclude what they see and all that stuff, and what they have in their mind, the thinking, their thoughts, their feelings, and that's what reflects. Again, it's like, oh, you feel like you're awkward, feel like you're a lazy piece of shit. Here's more reason why you're that, right? Here's reason why you're getting all this. It just reflects of your thoughts and feelings. It just reflects, and that's what you see even more about, right? So instead of starting from this first that, instead of starting in this point to observing, start focusing on actually image. That's how our community does. That's how it works. That's how our metamorphosis does, right? So instead of focusing on from this cycle, from this point, like saying observing image and reflection, start from the different place, from the actual image, right? So here's the thing that most people don't realize. Once you start just change this thing, thinking about the things that's happening, everything changes. So you might be saying, oh, how can I start having things that I really want, right? I want to have things. Like, what do I focus on? As I said before, focus on the things you already have. Because you are thinking, I want to have things that I feel like something's good. It's because you've been comparing yourself with things that's around you, people around you, social media, Instagram. Oh, look at that. The fit your life. That's your life. Do something about it. See the things you have actually done. Even if it's a small thing, it doesn't matter how small it is. Start from there and start looking at the things you really, really want, right? And that's how you can formulate an image. The thoughts you want to have, the feelings you want to have, and the person you want to become. And you start having this image you build. You know what I'm saying? What is image? Image means thoughts you have, the feelings you have about the thoughts, and image means the future you want to see, the person you want to become. Because the person you are right now, you not be content with this, right? Because you're not, what's it called? You're not formed by you. You didn't want it to choose this person, right? You didn't want it to have this. It's just this past beliefs of other people, or the upbringings from your parents, or from your other friends, right? All those things has contributed to the things you have been or have become. So if the person you are right now, you're not satisfied or you're not proud of, then that's not who you are. You're just built by some external shit. But you have the power to change by using this principle. I'm telling you, this principle might sound silly as fuck, but once you use it, it has power to change your whole trajectory of your life. I'm being serious. So, as we said, start from the image. And when you start having this small confirmation, let's say the first thing, let's say you want to be more confident, you want to be more outgoing, you want to be start being this more attractive, anything you want to do, right? Start with the image. Even though you feel like you're not that, start with it. Have the image. When you start having that image, start reflecting to the world. Start seeking for that. Let's say you want to be more confident. Start going out there. Take steps. Do it. And the more confirmations you have, let's say you want to attract a girl, right? And or you just want to attract, I don't know, you want to have a social life and anything. What you need to understand here is that you might think I cannot do it and all that stuff. But what you really need is evidence and confirmation. So when you start having this image, right? The image, you need to have evidence to prove this, to make this image even stronger, to make this goal start shifting towards that. So let's say even if somebody, let's say a girl look at you for, oh, they smile at you. That's a confirmation towards that image. You have to start building that image now. Make sense? So you might be thinking, oh, this is small things, but that's how you build the thing. This is how you get the small ball of snowball rolling. This is how you actually get your shit done. Get rid of the cycle. Because people are just here and they go in this downward spiral or up profile, right? So you might be thinking why rich people just get richer and poor people get poorer. because of their environment. If you cannot change your environment, you can change yourself and how you look, your perception. As you talk about here, your relationship with yourself and your relationship with your work. And this is where the cycle of this comes. Wait, what? So once you do this, I'm telling you, everything's gonna change. So this is one thing that was in my mind, right? And once I came across this thing, like this, I don't know if you can quote or question, everything changed, right? So how can you expect the mirror to smile if you don't smile first, right? See? So if you expect everything happens to you, start giving things. If you want something, give the same thing you want to give, and that's where you're gonna get more. It sounds cliche and everything, but it works. It works. And after 21 days or 30 days, you're gonna come back to this video like, damn, bro, I'm glad that I took these notes. I took some action towards this, and I saw some results. So yeah, this and if you want to learn more about this in depth and understand things even in depth, right? This kind of like superficial, I would say. We have even more in depth in our community. It's free private community. We have weekly calls. Also, you can like just work with me directly in their personal help, one-on-one direct help and everything with the community. We have around 100 people inside and working every single day together. It's crazy how it works. And if that's something you feel like you want help with or starting yourself with, right? Click the first link in the description and I'll see you there inside. Right. Take care.